ladies and gentlemen, the Call of Duty community is extraordinarily screwed right now. And of course, that doesn't have anything to do with, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, or Treyarch. With all honesty, Treyarch could make potentially the best Call of Duty game known to mankind this year. The best thing ever. They could listen to every last bit of our feedback. Even Sledgehammer listened to all of our feedback with Modern Warfare 3. Of course, skill-based matchmaking is, definitely a problem that a lot of people are still running into. But it truthfully doesn't matter. Even if skill-based matchmaking was removed, they bring us the best Call of Duty game ever. The cheating problem will never be resolved, and that alone is going to absolutely destroy any chance Call of Duty has at being a relevant, good title. Guys, if you haven't seen already, Caps Locks put out another video interviewing a cheat provider, one of the owners of a cheat provider, going over a lot of the details on anti-cheat and why Ricochet is absolute dog water. And honestly, I couldn't even believe what I heard. I really couldn't. Of course, I'm going to leave a link to that video down in the description of this video, and I highly encourage you guys to check this out because it will just blow your mind and it will open your eyes to the real possibility of cheats within Call of Duty. But again, I thought it was bad enough that they're getting into the game and not getting banned, and the shadow ban system is just absolute dog water. And we're running into all these other situations with cheaters. But after what I heard in that video, I'm just, again, blown away. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And last but not least, if you are interested in any of my live streams, you want to hop into our open lobbies, you can find a link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video. That stream usually goes live around 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, we do open lobbies. So if you need a team, you're always welcome to go ahead and hop in. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, obviously, I don't want to cover every single point in that video. You guys can go check it out for yourselves and see what the cheat provider has to say about Ricochet anti-cheat. But there are a few things I want to go ahead and discuss for myself here that, once again, like I said, blew my mind, especially as a player who, like I said, I play plenty of Call of Duty. I would say I'm a pretty average player. I hold about a 2.30 KD, win-loss around close to a 4. From my perspective, I didn't think cheats were this bad. I really did not. But here we are. And again, I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. But first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, cheaters, for Ricochet at least, this isn't for any other anti-cheat, this is just Ricochet. Cheaters can get detected 3 freaking times before getting hardware banned. That is precisely why you see so many cheaters and so many low levels that are coming back into the experience over and over and over again, because they don't hardware ban these fools. It's insane, because I've been saying this since everybody's been saying this since day one. Everybody says the only way to handle cheaters is to hardware ban them. But of course, we all know that Activision wouldn't do that, right? They know that cheaters are going to cough up a bunch of money in their game. They know that the cheaters are going to spend hundreds on top of hundreds on top of hundreds on top of hundreds of dollars, right? They'll gladly do it. So what do? They don't hardware ban you right out the gate. They give you multiple different chances, even if they know you are cheating, you are going to get 3 chances before you are permanently hardware banned, which gives people plenty of time to cheat. It's already extraordinarily easy to put cheats into Call of Duty without Ricochet detecting them. But now on top of that, if you are good at hiding them and not being a rage hacker and so on and so forth, you could stay within the game probably for years. I guarantee there's probably people who've been cheating since Modern Warfare 2019 with Ricochet and might not even be hardware banned yet. Not even close. They might have 1 shadow or something like that, and that's about it. Because the anti-cheat is absolute garbage, ladies and gentlemen. And again, that right there is just a joke to me. Also, on top of that situation, trust me, it gets a lot worse. You might think that, cheaters being able to get multiple different chances is already bad, but no. The cheat provider said Ricochet is literally the bare minimum anti-cheat, okay? This might be one of the worst anti-cheats that we have in AAA gaming. And the cheat provider made it very clear to say that it's not bad. Obviously it's an anti-cheat. It's there for a reason. Obviously it's good to a certain extent, but from every other AAA game that you could possibly think of, this is the worst anti-cheat known to mankind. And again, it's the bare minimum. Typical Activision. Why cough up money for something to help the player's experience in a game that brings in millions, close to billions of dollars, right? We bring in this much money. Why would Activision go ahead and actually give us something worth our time, right? They hyped up Ricochet anti-cheat. They made it seem like it's the best thing known to mankind. They're trying to make it seem like they care. And then here we are hearing that it's literally the bare minimum. This is why I don't believe Activision on anything. Developers, so on and so forth, I take their word because they care about the game. But you can't take what Activision says seriously. You truthfully cannot, because they will lie to your face time and time and time again. And the Ricochet anti-cheat is one of the biggest lies that they possibly ever said to us. Again, it's for casuals. COD is made for the casual base, where the cheaters aren't really around. Now, when I say the casual player base, I'm not talking about people who might have a lower KD or people who just hop on to, relax. No, I'm talking about people who might play the game once a month, once every 3 months, once every 5 months, who buy Call of Duty yearly and might play the campaign, hop into multiplayer one time in a whole year, and call it quits. Those are the individuals that Activision prioritizes, and you could tell with this freaking anti-cheat. It's all lip service. They're all just trying to, tell us what we want to hear, make it seem like an anti-cheat is in place. And since over half of the casual population, and again, my definition of casual right now is people who might play like once a year, a couple of times in like 3-4 months. Again, not talking about casual people who do hop on COD at least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, who maybe play for 30 minutes to an hour. Not that. I'm talking about very, 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 very casual COD players, probably the ones who bring in all the sales every year because, again, they buy the game yearly without giving a crap about what's going on. They don't care about gaming like that. They just want to play something. But back to what I was saying, Activision is prioritizing those players, and they know they don't need an anti-cheat in place because all the cheaters aren't going to be in that bracket. They're going to be in the higher brackets with the average players, the above average players, and anybody who even puts in, like I said, a couple, maybe a few days a week into this game. Those are the individuals who are going to be dealing with cheaters. And 9 times out of 10, those individuals aren't buying skins in the store. They're not getting anything extra. They just want to hop on COD and grind out the content with it. Want to, grind out their level, grind out camo, so on and so forth. Okay? We are the ones that are stuck with this garbage because they know that our voices at this point right now don't matter. They know they don't have to cough up money for a good anti-cheat because the massive majority of players won't even see those cheaters with such a crappy anti-cheat. So the only people who are going to be complaining are us, and 9 times out of 10, our voices don't matter because we are a minority in the Call of Duty community. It's really sad, the situation that we're in. And what's also sad is that this cheat provider also said that they don't expect any changes anytime soon, if not ever, because Activision, once again, they just simply don't care. Anti-cheat is an expensive road to go down, and yes, it will benefit, the overall player base, but they're not going to cough up money for that. Investors don't want to see that, even though it will be good. It's a good thing. You could probably, make something nice out of it, but they don't want to see, you pumping in all that cash to keep cheaters out of the game. No, they want you to be putting all your time and focus on finding other ways to bring more money into the experience. And more money isn't going to be made if the cheaters are going to be banned out of the overall experience. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the cheat provider also touched upon the topic of console cheats. Now, yes, of course, they made it very clear that it's difficult to go ahead and make cheats for console, but it's not impossible. And as technology improves, it's only going to be easier and easier, and consoles are not going to be able to stay protected forever, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. And the whole, argument that PC players are the main cause, yeah, we could definitely say that right now, even though consoles are absolutely packed to the brim with Cronus's and other devices. But in the future, that's not always going to be the case. But currently, at this moment, there's tons of console players who are still abusing certain types of cheats, like I said, Cronus's and other devices. And also, at the same time, they're using PC players to cheat as well. A lot of these people are, going to be partying up with PC players and screen sharing or other things of that sort, so they can still have UAV hacks and all of these other details. Cheating, ladies and gentlemen, is just simply at an all-time high. It's disgusting. And you know what's even more disgusting? How many people are actually cheating in general? It's so weird because in the real world, nobody, supports cheating like this, right? Like in the real world, if you find someone cheating their way to the top or cheating, in certain scenarios, you can't do anything, but you're not going to look at them nicely, right? And the majority of people are still going to either bash them or they're going to get in trouble or something of that sort. But when it comes to gaming, it's just simply a slap on the wrist. These cheaters are able to abuse these multi-billion-dollar companies, and then nothing happens. With all honesty, there has to be more serious consequences. You can't just slap these guys with a shadow ban or a ban or even a hardware ban. Forget a hardware ban. Forget that garbage. You know, I don't even care if you want to keep them out of the game permanently. You got to find these fools. You have to find them. I don't really think jail time is necessarily needed for anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, make them pay up. You know, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars should be charged to these losers if they do get caught with cheats. You know, that would instantly resolve the issue. It's not resolved because nobody has any consequences. It's like the same thing as a teacher, you know, putting a kid in detention or something like that, or putting him in the corner. They don't give a crap. You know, if they're a bad kid, you know, they're used to detention. It's nothing new, man. They're going to get right back out and do the same exact thing and maybe end up in detention again and then get right back out and maybe mess around again, you know, so on and so forth. Obviously, you know, eventually they'll get suspended. But you get the idea here. It's so similar. It's just a slap on the wrist. They don't care. You need a serious consequence to open up their eyes and make them stop doing it. Money has to be involved. Find them. Get them the heck out of the game. But ladies and gentlemen, you heard this video correctly. The anti-cheat Ricochet is absolute garbage. It's useless. It is claimed to be the bare minimum anti-cheat, and it's extraordinarily easy to bypass. And this anti-cheat is so hyper-focused on the shadow ban system that it's garbage in the first place over really trying to take cheaters out of the experience. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, make sure you go down in the description of this video. I have the video by Caps Locks down there. Once again, fantastic video. Thank you, Caps Locked, for going ahead and going through the effort of interviewing this cheat producer here. It gave us a lot of knowledge. And again, you know, Ricochet, anti-cheat, and Activision refuse to talk up. It's sad that we have to go to the extent of talking to an actual cheat provider, and they're more open about it. You know, and it's hilarious too. You know what's even more funny about it? They're so open about this because they know nothing's going to happen. You know, why would a cheat provider be so open about many details like this? You know, if it's going to ruin their business. It's not going to ruin their business. They are so very clear in that video that Activision doesn't give a crap. The majority of these massive corporations don't give a crap because anti-cheat is just something that is very expensive and it doesn't look good to, I guess, the investors, the shareholders. When at the end of the day, it's good for the community, but it's just not, I guess, profitable, even though it can be profitable. But it's not profitable in the eyes of these business people. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And last but not least, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I do that over on Kick pretty much daily. Besides Sundays, of course. You can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.